Alright. Here we go, guys. It is time for another WCS Austin replay cast. Up here in the top left-hand side in the red, the Protoss player. He is Showtime. And down here on the bottom right-hand side, the young French Terran player. Young 16-year-old starting to make a name for himself on the international scene. He is Clem. So, France against Germany. Hoping we get to see this match in the World Cup. Not sure how the brackets are rounding up for that. Have they finished the group stages yet? That should be coming to an end now, right, guys? Let me know. Yeah, Maru speed ran the GSL finals. That shit was brutal, dude. Especially that last game. I was like, oh, you just like what? That last game was just like the icing on the fucking Maru's a God cake. So anyway, guys, yeah, we're gonna do Florencio Files after this series. I just want to warm up into it. Florencio Files is, you know, a bit more of a humor-focused cast, so we'll get on that one right after this. If you guys watching on YouTube, you're like, pig, stop trying to interact with us, free. I should actually troll YouTube more and be like, if you guys post in the comments, I can actually see it right now, and this is actually a live stream, not a video. Totally. Yeah. So Showtime's gonna come and do a bit of harassment here. Clem has the drilly boys have a little bit of a stab. Probe's gonna back off and get shields. This was a barracks gas by the looks of it for Clem, and Clem did not scout. So I think we might be seeing a 3-Rex play. Let's take a look. Command center does go down. Did Showtime double check that? Indeed. Spotted the command center, and it looks like the probe is going to head home. Cybercore blocking here. Gateway on the high ground. Second gas going down. And the Nexus there on the natural as well. Very standard opening for Showtime. Clem is actually going to go hunting for the probe on the map. He's going reactor and second barracks. Actually just looks like a 2-on-1. Clem. All right. It looks like Maru was copying Clem when he played the GSL finals this weekend. Hey, guess so. Of course, this is just a replay cast, one of the series. This was Group Stage 2. It was the first map in the group stage. There was also Cyan and someone else in the group. Can't even remember who it was. So it wasn't the absolute hardest group, but definitely, you know, the fight for first place really should have been between these two guys, I believe. And Clem, you know, he's been getting better and better. There we go. It is actually a 3 barracks. Okay, so not a 2-1-1. It is a 3 barracks play. Not a bad build order at all. Twilight coming down very early, as well as a Stalker there. This Adept, of course, is going to scout. Now, the Adept really wants to check if there's a factory or not. So we're going to watch Showtime here. And you can see that shade. It's just trying to get to the top of the ramp. Sees barracks on a reactor, and he's immediately going to assume it's a 2 or 3 barracks build. The Adept's going to come straight back in. Because if there was a reacted factory, he would have to run home before Hellions are out. Instead, he knows he can hang around here because there's just not a lot of mobility. Unupgraded Marines, nowhere near as effective here. So he's just hanging out. Second and third gateway goes down. Already does have Blink on the way as well. With these casts, I do like them to be a little bit more educational as well, guys. So, keep in mind, won't always be hype. Sometimes I will get excited because I'm excited and I'll just shout about things, but otherwise it will be very kind of focused on trying to analyze. There is a robo coming down quite early as well, and it looks like Showtime heading to that third base for that nice fast third. Extra pylon in the main base. One of the weak points with this, of course, is the fact that there's not a lot of pylons powering all your structures. But I imagine there's going to be a shield battery going down here, probably in a minute's time, to help support that natural anyway. And there is an Adept out on the map as well. This Reaper here, just trying to scout, sees the third time, and this is some good info. This is like Clem just checking everything, and I think has a good idea that it's something relatively standard. Seeing the fast third means, you know, you don't need a bunker or anything. There's nothing too crazy happening. And Showtime, likewise, scouting with the Adept, sees the Marine count. Second and third gas are going down now. Stim, shields, and a very fast +1 all down. Now, I wonder if Clem tries to work his way around the edge of the map and run in from a surprise angle. Might do that. Might just push straight across the map. And no matter what, your medevacs are very delayed with this build. So there we go. He's pushing out. The Adept sees it coming. God, Showtime's so active with that Adept. And we've got, what, 5 Stalkers. Double Forges on the way. Showtime has got to warp in some units right now. No, this is way too greedy. This shield battery isn't even on time. That's actually late. 2 more Stalkers warping in. How many force fields do we have here? None. 7 Stalkers in the depth do not beat that much stim bio. Not with +1 shields and all of that finishing. He's going to come forward, snipes off 2 Marines. Another one almost goes down. There's no concussive with this build, so I love this move forward by Showtime. He's going to pick away at it. Every stim that goes down is a huge loss to Clem, but these Stalkers just, I mean, they should have been on the other side of the map. With this defense, you need to wear them down earlier. Showtime not able to do that. As I said, the shield batteries were not on time. He's lost too many Stalkers here, and this is a great trade for Clem. Clem going to take out every single Stalker. And, oh man, even going to take out the batteries? Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy. Showtime here with very few units right now. That Adept is going to focus down a couple of Marines, but, oh, this is brutal. It's not the start that Showtime wanted at all. Yes, I'm a little bit confused as to why Showtime... I think Showtime was maybe worried about Marines coming around the edge, like I said. But his Stalkers needed to engage out here. If he forces Clem to stim here, he can run away, evade the stim. And if Clem has to stim a second and then a third time, like his units basically kill themselves. There's no medevacs to heal, and that's the weakness of that push. And that's how Blink actually wears it down. So I'm sure Showtime a little bit disappointed he wasn't able to hit that push and attack it a little bit quicker. Bit slow to the jump there. He's going to go charge in 1-1, starting to explode in gateways. And no doubt not going to take a 4th gas for a long time. As Showtime, you've really only got one choice here. That is just saturate the minerals on the 3rd, make 1-1 and charge, and just try to win with Sentry, Stalker, Zealot. Or at least get a good fight, a good defense. If he doesn't do that and he tries to tech into Colossi, tech into Storm, add gases, probe up a bit more, any of that stuff just means his army will be so much smaller. He has 0 chance. Even as it is, after losing as many units as he did, it is very, very tough. Clem has the 3rd base on the way now. The Observer's trying to track this army, and this is important. Notice how Showtime's actively microing that Observer around. There's a good reason for this. It's because he wants to see where that army is. And these medevacs, I think, was Clem trying to show those? That's a fake drop to the main. Oh my god. Clem he knew where the Observer was. He purposely went into vision and then boosts off to the left to give the illusion of him heading towards the main base. Is Showtime going to bite the bait? No, he does not. Moves his units out on the right-hand side. Baits a stim out of some of those Marines and Marauders. There's only one shield battery here. Another one is about to finish. And here we go. Zealot starting to warp in. Charge isn't quite done. Armor is finished. +1 attack, not quite there. Another 15 seconds for charge needed to get this out. Showtime, though, already losing so many shields. But the stim will wear off. If he can bait out one more stim, that might be it. The charge still not finished. Nice hot pickup by Clem. Clem is all over this game. And I love that Clem's not overcommitting here. He's just kind of wearing him down. He's got the 3rd up behind this. The upgrades are going to be scary if that +2 kicks in, but there's a lot of time till that happens. And in the meantime, the Widow Mine count is growing. Just as the Zealot count's starting to grow, Widow Mine's already on the field. Is so beautiful. We've got Observers coming out here. Showtime sees this medevac rotation. Is he going to recall? He might just have to... Oh, he doesn't have energy. He doesn't have energy. Oh, he's been trying to chrono boost so hard to get back in this game, but this is a disaster. 3 gateways depowered, massive stim army. He's pushing on the right-hand side as well is Clem, so he's going to be able to do damage over there. Hot pickup and just gets out of there. Not enough Stalkers to shut down the medevacs, and this is the problem as Protoss. If you lose your Stalkers, it is a slippery slope. Those Stalkers are so expensive, and he hasn't really been able to replenish them. He's only got 4 Stalkers out right now, and so Clem really just running away with the momentum from that first trade. A little bit of Widow Mine friendly fire is going to help out. That Nexus is still alive, but the redrop in the main takes out one Stalker, takes out one of the Forges, is going to go for the 2nd Forge. Oh yeah, he just clicks on it. Wow, and he just takes the fight. He's just going to take the fight. At the same time, he's stimming back in on the 3rd base. Maybe overextending just a little bit here. Is starting to take out these units. That Immortal goes down. At the same time, these units are going to get shut down. I'm not sure if Clem's watching that. Main base goes well in Clem's favor. He saves a few of the Marauders on the right, picks those up, backs on out. Fast hands, big micro, huge brain. Clem takes out game number 1. Knocks Showtime down. Damn. My man. My man. How did you know it was Hellions, not Cyclones, says Tal'Darim Destroyer. Huh? No. Against either Hellions or Cyclone, you need to run away with the Adept. But he saw a barracks with a reactor at the front, so he knew it's a barracks play. That's just because that's kind of like a meta thing. If you're not playing at super high level, you might be like, what? He could still have a factory behind the reacted barracks. Yeah, he could technically. But it's not going to be like a really fast 2 Hellion, 2 Cyclone or anything like that. So, yeah. The Adept isn't just going to get run down. Whereas if 2 Reapers, Reaper and 2 Hellions run out, you lose that. You lose that Adept, and then that's a really bad start because you need every unit possible to defend the 2 Cyclone, 2 Hellion pressure. Or a 4 Hellion drop or anything like that as well. Any of those reacted factory builds, you got to be really clean. What size monitor do you recommend for StarCraft 2, says Grimmy? I use a 24-inch. That's like the most standard. Pretty sure it's 24 inches anyway. Yeah, most people use that. If you like playing tournaments, then 24 is definitely the way. I'm not sure. Maybe some of the other ones are a little bit better one way or the other. I find 24 is clean. It's what every pro gamer uses. But I don't have any technical reasoning as to why, other than the fact that that's just what we use at tournaments. So you want to practice on what you're going to be using at a tournament. Is the title updated by the way? Says Hypersover. It should be. I will double check it. You can always refresh the stream if you're not watching on mobile, and that should show you. If that didn't update, then that's what we call pig being super pro. It's something which I'm really good at, is being super pro. I hope you guys enjoy my super pro-ness. I'm large in charge, and I'm really stupid. Yeah, it was not, I did not even finish writing the title in. There we go. There we go. I did it. I'll fix it up. I'll put out a tweet as well, because I know there's a lot of people who aren't that keen on my ladder content, but they're always like, when's Florencio Files? When's WCS Cast and stuff like that? So I'll make sure I put a tweet out for those guys so they know they can tune in. Showtime vs. Clem WCS Austin Cast right now. Florencio Files next up. Make sure I put that tweet out. People know what they're getting themselves in for. Thank you so much. We just had a sub. Oh, Cosmonaut Comrade. Thank you, Cosmonaut Comrade. I appreciate your support. Genuinely, authentically, sincerely. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub, dude. Appreciate it. Your girlfriend is... Oh, very funny, Dino Toss. Yeah, I mean, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Thank you very much for the support, guys. Here we go. Looks like we are going to be launching into map number 2, guys. It is a WCS Austin replay cast. Game number 2 between Showtime, the German Red Protoss, Die Mauer, which I believe translates as the fortress. He's a big fuck-off wall that's hard to kill normally. So, it didn't really look like it in that last game. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, though, the young French child. It is Clem. He looks like he's like 11 years old. He's like 16. He's actually really badass. I love Clem. Clem's one of these players. I remember when people were like, oh my god, Clem and Raynor are both so good. And I was like, I don't know if Clem's going to get that good. It's like, I get he's getting pretty good. He's like solid GM on EU like a year or two ago. I was like, yeah. But we'll see, you know. Shame on me. I was totally wrong. He's been killing it. He has ascended to a new tier of pro player. He's now able to compete in WCS. He already had a great run here at Austin. And yeah, just smashed it. Corsat says, what is the time for a DT drop? You gotta give me more deets than that, my friend. What matchup? Off an expand? 1 base? 2 base? We're just talking Zerg vs Protoss? If it's Zerg vs Protoss, which is the one build I do DT drop a lot in, I like to warp in my first 4 DTs about 4:38. If I do the super fast version, I like to warp in about 4 minutes 23, 4 minutes 24 if I'm really tight. But that's a greedy build, where if they like Ling Flood or something, I'm in trubs. Clem isn't all that bad now, is he? Dude, Clem's an absolute beast now. He's an absolute beast. I was like, I'm not sure if he's going to get that good. It's not like I was hating on his skill. I just like was very, very cynical about the hype. Oh, Showtime. Hungry Probe. Hungry Probe wants to nibble on those SCVs. Comes in, sees the command center. Now you'll notice he didn't check the gases, but the command center tells him what he needs to know. The command center tells him, oh, you're not going double gas, otherwise you couldn't afford a CC. So this allows Showtime to just do his normal thing, and this time around he's going to hide the probe. Could come back in to harass. And the Reaper, it's only looking nearby for the probe. It's looking for the probe that comes back in and harasses the command center. It's not looking for the probe in the corner of the map. Interestingly, though, this time around, Clem is going for the factory and the reactor. And is there an adept out? There is an adept out. That adept's going to need to get across the map and scout this as soon as possible. Actually, the probe looks like it's going to come in and be annoying. So Showtime just letting that Reaper search a little bit, comes in with a very delayed probe, and that should work out very nicely. All right, okay. The adept zones out the Reaper for now. The probe would love... If he pylon blocks this, that can't swap over. Do not lift that. Do not lift that, Clem. Do not lift that. Okay, Clem reacts, starts building Marines. He wanted to swap this, but if he swaps that, that probe builds a pylon, cock blocks the reactor. As it is, it already fucks Clem's build order. Clem's like, God damn it. And he's going to go either Banshees or Ravens now. Has to build 2 Marines before building the Cyclones or Hellions. Totally fucks up his timing. This is a genius probe out of Showtime. Showtime also has a second Adept at home and an Oracle on the way. I am loving this game from Showtime. Look at this. He shades out to safety, sets his shade back, so he's got his way of kind of... It's like a safety hook, isn't it? You do the shade behind you. It's like you're hooking yourself up to a wall before a climb. It's like, yep. Even if a whole bunch of Marines come out or a Cyclone, I'm just going to shade out of here to safety. Ooh! That Reaper wants that kill on the Adept. Doesn't quite get it. Doesn't end up losing an Adept. Good micro there by Clem. There is an Oracle here. We've got a Banshee on the way. More Marines are building, but there's only 3 out. One of them's heavily damaged. This Oracle is about to go ham. Oh, shit me. There are 4 Marines. 4 Marines do beat an Oracle, but if the Oracle shoots the weak one first, it'll be fine. And Showtime being very careful. Kills an SCV. And backs off, wants to preserve the Oracle's life for now. This Reaper looking for the scout on the 3rd base, so important for Clem to know if this was 3rd base. Seeing that there's no 3rd, Clem immediately knows there were 3 gateways up, so he says, okay, you're playing a little bit safer. You're not going for the crazy 1-gate Stargate. If that was the case, Clem would be much more desperate to push and do damage. But knowing the Nexus has been delayed just a little bit, and the 2nd and 3rd gateway have squeezed in, he knows Showtime can build a lot of units. So I think Clem's going to continue with a more kind of defensive plan from here, most likely. A little bit more standard plan, and go from there. Now we've got Banshees with Cloak on the way. I'm 100% sure the Oracle spotted this. Yep. So with these Banshees, there's a lot of space to hide, but you've got to be really careful with it. Now notice how Showtime is actually going Forge and Twilight, no Robo. For me, at my pleb level, I've got to get observers out to deal with this, but Showtime is just going to rely on the double Oracle to use Revelation on these Banshees when they come in, and the Phoenix to shut them down. The combination of that plus the shield battery healing the probes means the Banshee is not going to be able to really kill anything. So I like this as a stopgap. So you know what? If I just build 1 shield battery in each mineral line, I don't need to rush that detection out. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Robo, but just in my normal order. I don't need to rush the observers. And I think this is really nice. You know, the Banshees kind of go across the map and they're just waiting. He wants to see Phoenixes or Oracles on his side of the map, and then he'll poke in with them. Oracles come over, do a tag on his Marines. That's going to trigger the Banshees to walk into the Protoss' base. So both players respecting each other a lot here. I definitely think Showtime got the better end out of this opening. Just because he kind of forced, you know, Clem to not have that reactor factory the way he wanted it to. He lost an SCV or 2, was it 2 SCVs, lost a few Marines. I think all things considered, Clem's not in a bad spot, but we can see that saturated 3rd is the issue. The problem is, there's no, you know, there might not be any tech, like Blink and +1 aren't even done, but he doesn't really need that. Ooh, the Phoenix going down there, he's trying to hunt that one down, but his 3rd mineral line doesn't have a shield battery. Ooh, where's the Revelation, where's the tag? There we go, nice tag. This one does escape though. That Phoenix and Oracle not able to track it because he was distracted up here. This Reaper runs in. Shield battery says, nah, fuck off, mate. Doesn't really get anything done. But yeah, as I was saying, basically, because Showtime's gone for the Stargate, Showtime doesn't have blink, charge, anything like that up until about 30 seconds from now. There's this huge window where Protoss only really has the Stargate units to defend. But look at this. By the time the pressure comes out for Clem, Showtime saturated 3 mineral lines, has charge. We got, how many sentries have we got? 3 sentries. And he's using a hallucination, which is nice to spot this coming, but it also sucks a little bit that that's a few less force fields, and really just needs more and more adepts and stalkers here. Maybe zealots because they're cheaper. It's still a scary timing, but I think wait, there's no stasis traps. Where are the oracles right now? Okay, the oracles, yeah. I think the oracles should add enough to this push. Ooh, one Widow Mine goes down. Another one is there. Nice tag. All the Widow Mines are revealed. And yeah, Clem, I think, just kind of has to back off. But 5 barracks are down. It's 5 barracks before 3rd CC. Clem wants to try to win on 2 base. Scans, kills the Observer. And we got stasis traps. There we go. 1 in the 3rd. Banshee comes into the main. Stalker warp in there. This Banshee went in the back of the natural. Got a few kills. Sorry, guys. A little bit slow on picking out. Both of those do get shut down, though. And only a few worker kills in total. And he wasn't able to capitalize on that. Okay, there we go. How many Widow Mines have we got? 8 Widow Mines. That's a lot. But there's no real reliance on charge just yet. So Widow Mines aren't that effective. I feel like Siege Tanks actually would have been a little bit stronger here. It's just Siege Tanks tend to suck against Stargate openings. So you can understand why he wouldn't go for it. I wonder if there is like a bit of a mind game that goes on with pro players where they say, look, this guy always goes blink after his Stargate. If I'm going to do a 2-base push, I go Siege Tanks. Whereas the people who play like Phoenix Charge a lot, adding the blink on later as more of a mid-game transition, you obviously need those Widow Mines to shut down the Charge Zealots. Clem here is just building up a huge army, and this is still a monstrous force. A good stasis trap there. 1 medevac at the front. I'd love to see Showtime click on that, but no, he's just on A-move mode right now. He's using the stasis as a little bit of a semi-force field here, and ooh, a couple of big Widow Mine hits go down. Of course, a drop in the main base, a double drop. Lots of Widow Mines there. That medevac gets shut down, though. Clem going to push back in on the front at the same time. This is a very close battle here. This is incredibly close. Showtime's going to come forward. The Oracle shoots down that Widow Mine just before it was able to fire. Oh, that Oracle drags the Widow Mine fire into the middle of the army. Ouch. Ow, 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 ow. Clem here is pushed back, though. All Showtime needs to do is hang on. He's got equal upgrades, and he's got double Robo Colossi. Holy shit. Showtime, the greediest boy, doesn't want to get out macroed in this game. But I think holding on there, up 20 workers, no 3rd base still. A 4th base even goes down for Showtime. This man does not know the meaning of fear. He knows only one mode, and that is huge macro mode. Build a giant fortress, build a giant economy, make a shitload of Protoss units, and try to dick your opponent. And speaking of big, tall, walkie laser things, aka the Protoss... Whoa! Sorry guys, terrible observing. I was going to call the Colossi the Protoss dick. Don't know if that really does it justice. Since the Colossi, it's only really great against Marines and Widow Mines right now. So a lot of Widow Mines in this army, though, tries to drop on the Colossi, but good micro by Showtime. And he's going to just actually blink forward. Ooh, doesn't quite shut down those drops. They're going to pick up and go elsewhere, but at the same time, Stalkers intercept the rally. Is he going to dodge? No, Blink was on cooldown. Wasn't able to do that. If this 4th base gets up there, that's brutal, dude. Ooh, shuts down one of the medevacs. Here we go. The Stalkers in the main as well. A little bit slow to focus fire is Showtime. He was losing his Stalkers in the middle of the map at the same time. I think Showtime trying to defend this 4th might be a little bit overly ambitious right now. But he does seem to be getting the trades. Clem was just bleeding out. Clem taps out. He says, look, no. We're not getting any room here. My 3rd's not even finished. And I can't get rid of the 4th. It's too desperate. Colossi range, 3rd Colossi, and +2, we're all going to be finishing up. Showtime does get a game back and ties it up 1-1. Are there pros who do Dark Templar drops into Archon drops? Any VODs? Only against Zerg core stats. Only against Zerg. My man. My man. What else is happening? My man. So, core stats was asking about DT drops before. I asked for clarification. And core stats just said, do you guys know what can a DT drop get to your base? When can a DT drop? When can DT get produced the fastest? What I mean is, like, when can the enemy toss get the Dark Shrine? 1 base or 2 base? How about if it's 2 base? Yeah, it depends if it's on 1 or 2 bases. I mean, 2 bases, DTs can hit it the absolute fastest at about 420. But you really should be asking us what matchup core stats. You should be telling us what matchup and stuff. So we can actually give you more info. Normally, a DT drop will hit you about 5 minutes at most skill levels. About 5 minutes. Okay, final game of this series, guys. It is tied up 1-1. Let's go. Yeah, all the subs who are active do get themselves a little avatar at the bottom. You can attack other people's avatars and all that sort of stuff. Of course, guys, we're not going to let you guys have a lot of time to do that because we're going to hop straight into the next game. Here we go, guys. It is tied up 1-1 apiece. It is the first Group Stage 2 match of WCS Austin. Obviously cast off replays as this tournament was about a fortnight ago. Maybe slightly more than that. Maybe closer to 3 weeks, actually, I think. But the games are on the current balance. They are smooth. They are sexy. And speaking of smooth and sexy, the man with the red Nexus, he is Showtime. Up here in the top left-hand side, in the blue, the Terran player, he is Clem. All right, so it looks like a barracks gas once again from Clem. Might be seeing that 3 barracks play. No, he's going command center first. Oh, 17 command center opening for Clem. My boy, he's gonna bring it out. Check it, check it, check it. Oh, that's sexy. I love it. I love it. I never see the command center firsts. Here we go. Don't see this too often. Gonna go into a barracks as well. Showtime doing a more standard opening. Sees this. And immediately his probe pops some fucking steroids and he's like, let's fight, dickhead. Just starts zapping this probe in the butt, this SCV in the butt. The SCV is like, ow, ow. But his drill boy, the drilly boy came to help him out. So Showtime is going to be checking for the gases versus barracks follow-up. Is it 3 barracks on no gas? Is it 1 barracks into double gas? This is important for Showtime to time out how long he has before counter pressure can hit him. So he's going to check for that. Second barracks is down. Back at home, completely normal. No, not a completely normal build. Showtime, actually, I think he was going to do a pressure opening. Oh my. He actually had gone for the second pilot. I think he was going to go core before Nexus. But upon seeing this, I think he's realized the Zealot Stalker harass is made for a Reaper opening. It's not good to do the Zealot Stalker pressure while your opponent's going CC first, because he's already just going to be building Marines in a bunker just blind, because that's what you do to stay safe off command center first. So I think Showtime here has said, ah, shit, I got my second pylon earlier than I needed. He adjusted his build and tried to change it up and squeeze in the Nexus, the second gas, but it's not streamlined. So this is actually a nice build order advantage for Clem, something I don't think Showtime was expecting on map number 3. So there we go. It is 3 barracks, no gases yet. Showtime knows there's a long time before any attack can hit him. All he needs to do is get an Adept or a Stalker out and keep an eye out in case there's, like, say, 9 Marines with no upgrades just running across the map. That's what you'll be watching for. Showtime is going to respond with 2 base Colossi. Maybe Disruptor Drop, but I was going to say 2 base Colossi 100% because you know you're building a lot of Marines. But it could be Disruptor Drop into Colossi. As obviously Disruptor Drop can be kind of nice. I'm not 100% sure if Disruptor Drop really works, since there is a delay on being able to fire Disruptors after they drop out of Prisms these days. You can still use it. It's not the longest delay, but it is still a bit frustrating to deal with. And here we go. There we go. The Adept just says, nah, stay in your base. Stay in your base. Clem really wants to sneak a Marine out just to get a bit of scouting. She won't risk diving into that. 2 Marines, more than a match for an Adept if they're microed well, and the other Marines are popping out. I mean, an Adept does beat 2 Marines, but with extra Marines popping out and a bit of micro, it works out. And there we go. Colossi Bay coming down. So Showtime going for a very old school build to counter Clem's old school build. Very curious to see how this one plays out. 1 Tech Lab is down. Stim already started. Double Adept looking for the potential to shade. Do not commit to that. Woo! Showtime cancels at the last second. The gases went down in the natural. There is an engineering bay up. I guess we'll see a fast +1 upgrade. Yeah, I guess +1 attack and combat shields actually first. Okay, interesting. So I think might be looking for a stim shield marine timing. Have the upgrade as a fallback. Alright, these Marines trying to push back these Adepts. The Adepts, though, just maintaining position and continuing to scout. Showtime wants to be very sure if a push is coming across the map. And there we go. It is going to be Colossi. Okay, my initial assumption was correct. Colossi is very good against the Marine count. So it's going to be like a very careful build-up for both players. Now, I see already Marauders starting up for Clem. Clem's going to be trying to, you know, add these gases. We'll start a factory and then a starport next. Observer comes in at a really nice time, though. Sees everything. Is like, okay, yeah, this is just a completely normal build-up. There's nothing crazy. And, ooh, very nice scan. Clem putting Showtime in the dark. That's so frustrating When you play a fast robo style like this, your robo production is sacred. It has to be used for Colossi. These are your main fighting unit. You can't afford to replenish these observers. And that puts Showtime in the dark. Showtime wants to move out for a third right now. Doesn't know about the huge Bioforce moving through the middle. A shield battery finishing there is going to be big. What do we got? 1 Zealot, 1 Adept, and 1 Sentry. This Colossi. Oh, no, Showtime. Showtime. Oh, that Adept almost got caught out. Stim's not quite done, though. 22 seconds, actually, from finishing. Showtime can take this fight pre-Stim, but the moment Stim finishes, yeah, Showtime needs more units. Showtime going to be a little bit careful. The third base started. You got to move down there, Showtime. You can't afford to lose that third. I think Clem's going to get the snipe. Nice move by Clem. Going to move to the north. Stim, 10 seconds from finishing. It's almost ready. Is going to try to take that snipe. Showtime doesn't get the cancel. That was a kill. A huge misstep for Showtime and a very nice pickup for Clem. Clem's simply going to back off for now. And the thing is, if Showtime chases, he could spread in this open area, stim, and collapse on the Colossi. Showtime unable to chase and punish that, losing 400 minerals, a very nice start. Clem now with the faster third base. This Adept, though, gonna slow it down, punish the fact that the third was built on location. So Showtime slowing down Clem a little. That's very important. The command center first opening has been so smooth. Showtime's tried to counter with a very nice tech play, but so far it hasn't really worked out. I mean, moving out with 2 Colossi, some force fields, this is a very cute push out. It's incredibly dangerous. There's a lot of open areas on this map. If Showtime just gets stimmed on, he may lose these units. It's all about force fields. Clem is well prepared. Clem knows what's coming. Oh, this is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. A few good rays in the middle of the Marines, they all disappear. But if these Marauders get on top of those Colossi, they will disappear very quickly. There's a Warp Prism on the way. A third Colossi is now out. It's slowly just walking it. Oh, no, no, no. Showtime, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. Oh, my God. He is dancing with death right now. Look at this spread. Marines and Marauders ready for a collapse. They've got a 270-degree surround ready. Showtime's going to rotate. I like this move. Try to collapse on this arm of it. Keep shaving off units. Use this tech advantage. He knows he needs to trade now while there's no Vikings out, while there's no answer to the Colossi, because he doesn't have a fast Twilight. His Twilight and Forge are only down now. Clem scans. He's going to move forward. Showtime rotates back. He doesn't want to get caught in a bit of a weird base trade, I guess. He wants to still shave off pieces of this army little bit by little bit, but he's so immobile, and Clem just starts to double drop. Here we go. Showtime could find a very nice engagement here. Yeah, catches a lot of those units, shaves off a few Marines, but everything's coming across the map right now. I think as Showtime, you've got to realize that's not the whole army. Showtime may be getting cocky right now. He is not prepared for that double drop. It's about to go into his base. It's over there. He's pushing forward. One Widow Mine goes down. Another Widow Mine does get a pretty good hit there. Hits a few Zealots and a Sentry. Showtime, he's got the force fields. There's no answer to this, but hey, there's no answer to that double drop at home either. Both players in a bit of a base trade right now. Needs a few more force fields. Good force fields going down for Showtime. The Marines and the Marauders are getting absolutely minced. But right back at home, oh god, the production's gone. The production is all depowered. You've got to recall. You've got to kill as many units as you can and recall home. But he's lost the main nexus. He cannot afford to lose the natural. Showtime has to recall. He cannot keep base trading. But uh-oh, Clem's there. He's got to recall right now. Showtime, you psychopath. He's going to try to win the base trade. He's actually just going to commit to it. He pulls all of his probes across the map. He's got 800 minerals. He's committing to the base trade. Showtime's going to go for it. He's going to push in. Widow Mine's on the high ground. There is an observer there. As long as he keeps that alive, he should be okay. The third base of Clem is still mining. Keep that in mind, guys. Ooh, nice Widow Mine. Does take out a few Stalkers. And here we go. SCV is going to try to funnel through. Nice force field. Blocks off the reinforce. Clicks on the Widow Mine. Great focus fire. He's managing to do it. Really good use of the Terran's own buildings against him here. But Clem's mining with mules down there. Clem has so much money coming in. He's keeping the bio alive at the back. He's got to keep pulling that back. The missile turret does zone out the Colossi. Forces those Colossi to kill that before he moves deeper. The third base is gone. Showtime out of mining right now, losing a lot of units. Clem here being very patient. Probes are pulled. They're going to help be a meat shield here. Here we go. The stim forward comes in. One Stalker falls. Another. No! Hot pickup on both red hit point Stalkers. Oh my god. Showtime with the incredible micro. And there we go. He's lost a lot of probes. And he's still thinking about it. He's thinking about using these probes to just fight here. Doesn't want to lose too many though. And look at that. Clem just going to pick up and evacuate. He says enough's enough. Guess what? You don't have Blink. Blink got frozen. It got halted in the main base, and it's never going to finish. Neither is +1. All those upgrades are going to go down. The command center falls. The barracks here are all going to go down as well, but still mining throughout all of this is Clem. Clem saved the natural, is going to go land that as well. And a few probes are going down, but that's it. The production is forfeit for both players. And what do we got? An observer over here. Showtime really should bring that over. A couple of units finally ferrying into this third base. Showtime realizing he kind of messed up by not letting those, by letting that base mine for as long as he did. He's got a base up now, though, does Showtime. So I think Showtime's in a fantastic position. He's got the Colossi. That's a ton of bio, though. 44 army supply versus 44 army supply. 9 Marauders, 16 Marines, 5 Medevacs up against 3 Colossi, 8 Stalkers, 3 Sentries. Oh my lord, there's no Adepts or Zealots. There's no meat for this army. How many Marauders? 9. Oh, dude. 9 Marauders will mince this. Showtime's got to be so careful. Yeah, I mean, he's got the nice range advantage. So, with the Medevacs out of energy, I think Showtime's doing the right thing here. Just try to pick away at it. Oh, get up the ramp! No! One of his Colossi derped! He saves it at the last second, but now it's deep in the red. That was a lot of damage. He's building shield batteries here. That's a good call. He's going to keep that Colossi picked up in that Warp Prism back there. Yes, it is actually being held by that Warp Prism. It's just like, hold me, baby. Hold me. Probe's trying to take down depots here. This Stalker's going to move to the high ground. 2 Stalkers are to shut down that mining. But this base is starting to mine. Clem very slowly starting to rebuild. It's funny because Clem has lost everything and has to rebuild from scratch. If Showtime could just get some probes across the map, he could actually repower a good amount of his tech and production. And because he's still got that up on the other side of the map, he actually could build like Robo and stuff here right now. Does he have the Colossi Bay? He's even got the Colossi Bay. I kind of want to see Showtime just put down a robotics. But for now, it looks like he is focused on this. Oh, he's probing out into the open again. You gotta be careful. Oh, here comes the flank from Clem. I think Showtime maybe can just fight this, but okay, hot pickup. Hot pickups on the Colossi. Is it going to be enough? There's not enough meat on the ground, dude. The Marauders, yeah, the Marines are gone, but the Marauders just do not die to Colossi shots. That's the danger right now. This mineral line here is super dangerous as well, though. Showtime has got to shut down these mineral lines. Even this one, mining a little bit. These barracks starting to rebuild units. Clem here is fighting with what little he has. And there we go. Colossi drop on the right-hand side. That's going to do very well. Showtime just roasting the SCVs. Halts Clem's income. And there we go. Hot pickup. Just gets on out of there. These Colossi trying to go forward. And there's no answer to this. Does Clem have a starport? Clem lost the starport. There's no way to build Vikings right now. Oh. Clem's in trouble. This might be a checkmate. Just these shield batteries and these Colossi. But oh, Showtime, no! He loses the Colossi. Oh, that's so bad. He was in a position there where he was gaining so much value. He's building a robo here, so he will be able to eventually rebuild. But, oh my god, he just dives forward. Clem, you psychopath. Oh, the Colossi getting blocked by the bad Cybercore placement. His own building's working against him. Showtime loses another Colossi. I cannot believe it. Loses a Stalker in the high ground as well. Oh no. I think Clem's actually, yeah, Clem's got like double the army supply now. He's way out producing. There's 2 gateways here. And he should just make probably Zealots or Adepts right now. Anything to absorb a bit of damage. He's going to try and drop Stalkers over there. You got to keep that that Warp Prism in a safe position. Doom drop in the main. Wow, that's ballsy. Oh my god, he's just going to drop on top of the Colossi. Oh my god, there's just not enough firepower. He needs some Zealots or something. Does save the Colossi. Nice dancing. The probes being pulled in. There's just not enough Protoss. Remember, guys, it is 0-0 upgrades versus 1-1 this whole time. And Colossi just not effective against Marauders at all. Clem. What a little legend. Damn, that's so sick, dude. Dude, I knew this series ended this way. I did know this one. I think this might have even been game number 2. I'm not sure if Catalyst was game number 3, but this is insane. That game was crazy. I remember seeing the end of this game live at the tournament, and just losing my shit. But that's awesome to see how the whole series actually played out there. GG. Oh, yeah, if Showtime sent his Warp Prism around the map with a probe, he actually, or if he ferried a probe out, he could have actually got a probe across the map, repowered his production, but he also could have immediately gone for a robo here and started building Immortals. Imagine if he got 2 Immortals out supporting this army. They would have wrecked the Marauders. If he didn't lose that Colossi on the drop as well, that would have been big, but that's what StarCraft's about. It's about imperfect, high-pressure situations. Hot damn! That was amazing. GG, well played. Thank you guys for watching this WCS Austin replay cast.